Hello and welcome to Rickster's Realm. I'm Ricky, and today's video, I'm just going to be pulling some cards at random. We'll see what type of messages come through for you. Your questions can be linked and connected, or they could be completely separate and random. Go about it however you like. I'm just going to shuffle these up a little bit. So go ahead and think of your first question, and we'll see what type of messages come through for you. Okay. Messages I'm getting with this card here, it's a feeling of someone needing to go about things in a way that they feel confident, okay? Even if it goes against what everyone else is saying and doing, this is ultimately about doing what truly resonates with you right down to the core of your being, okay? This can talk about selfish advice, okay? And it's a feeling of someone kind of looking up to someone else, or maybe even just feeling like they should just blindly follow what someone else says, because I feel that, again, they're placing them in a position higher than them. But overall, yeah, it's what I get with this card. It's just a feeling that it's not to say that you can't get guidance from other people, and even still, maybe you can just take little bits and pieces of what someone is saying to you, again, to what resonates with you. If none of it sits well with you, don't accept any of it. If only, a couple little bits and pieces do, that's fine. Discard the rest. Something like that's what I'm getting. Okay, so think of your next question. And again, it can be connected to the first one, or it could be completely separate and random. Go about it however your heart desires. Okay, that jumped out, so we'll take it. So let's see here. Messages I'm getting with this card here, it's the feeling of something increasing in value is what I'm getting, or someone noticing the importance of something, the value, the worth of something. There's just a feeling here of something that, is very valuable. It's precious, and it feels like there's an increase of that. So those are the messages with that card. Think of your next question. Okay, messages I'm getting with this card here. It's a feeling of someone that normally has maybe kind of like a harsh, abrasive type of energy about them, that their approach seems to be a bit more kind and gentle and compassionate, is what I'm getting. This variable could be that this is linked and connected to a particular person or a situation to where that change has come about. But that's really what I'm getting. It's just a feeling, again, of someone that's normally going about things, in a particular way. They're wired a certain way. And again, it's a feeling of their energy being a little bit more kind of harsh. But that there's someone or something that brings out a softer side to them. So that's what I'm getting with that card there. Think of your next question. Okay, messages I'm getting with this card. It's a feeling of someone, being very intuitive, okay? It's a feeling of someone being very sensitive. They have kind of like this heightened awareness. It's a feeling of them being able to read people in situations very well, okay? It's a feeling that, anyone linked and connected to this card, let's say they're interacting with someone, it's like a new meeting or something like that. If they say, I have a bad feeling about that person or a bad feeling about this situation, it would be where you want to listen to that person. Okay, they're most likely right. It's that type of energy that I get linked into this card. It's where someone is able to just kind of sense things before they happen, or again, to read people in situations where again, it's nothing to where there's something right there in front of your face that you could go off of and base this information off of. It's more of a feeling. So something like that's what I'm getting, just a strong intuitive feeling about someone or something. Okay, think of your next question. Okay, so much love. Okay, lots of love with this card. So that's what I'm getting. It's an abundance of love, of happiness, joy, and there is like there's a friendly, loving, pure energy that I'm getting. So very simplistic messages, but yes, definitely a lot to do with love, things to do with the emotional realm, that sort of thing. Okay, think of your next question. Okay, messages I'm getting with this card. This is where I feel someone is very much struggling internally with something. Okay, there's a lot of internal conflict, or they're just dealing with a lot. But it's something to where I feel maybe the majority of people, like on the outside, they might not really be able to notice it. And so to take the message a step further, it's actually a feeling of someone saying one thing and then doing another, right? So like there's not alignment there. Like, so then it's a feeling of someone that I feel the impression that they have of another person, or the conclusion that they come to based on all of this energy being present, isn't accurate. So this would be where someone's under the impression that someone doesn't care about them because, yeah, they said this, but then they took this action. That most likely is like the opposite, right? Would give the person the opposite impression. So it's something to where what I get with this card is actually more about believing what someone says, not what they do. Because again, what I'm getting with this card, to where I feel someone's actions, which I feel there's most likely something negative linked in here, like something that's unwanted. It's not because they're a horrible person. It's not because they're evil and they're out to just hurt people and do sketchy things. It's because they're struggling themselves. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's, I feel it's a very challenging energy or situation here. It's a feeling that there's a lot more going on underneath the surface than what I feel a lot of people would be aware of. So again, if you just look at it surface level, it can be very frustrating, right, to deal with this type of person or a situation. Because again, if you only look at a surface level, you're gonna be like, what the hell's going on? You say this, but then you do this. It's because, again, there's a lot more going on underneath the surface. They're struggling internally with something. Another message I get, this is very specific, it might not resonate with everybody, but for some of you, I'm wondering if your question's linked and connected to something that has to do with an addiction. Okay, and if that's the case, I still feel like everything I rambled on about is still the message coming through for you, right? That this could be where, again, if someone's struggling with an addiction and they're all kind of wrapped up in that, again, it can be where they say one thing, but then you see how they're living their life, how things are playing out. And again, there could be a lot of difficulties within that situation. But again, if you're just going to look at surface level, yeah, you would come to that conclusion, but there's a lot more going on underneath the surface. Okay, think of your next question. Okay, messages I'm getting with this card. It's a feeling of, it's a feeling of things being made right, but I don't feel that this is necessarily something that, how do I word it? I don't feel that this is something you're going to need to take into your own hands. You know, I'll take matters into my own hands. I don't feel that's what's needed here. I actually feel that whatever you've got going on, it's actually a feeling of the energy surrounding you or linked and connected to whatever you've got going on is greater than you. I do feel like there could be something linked into your question to where someone feels that maybe something's not fair, or It's a feeling of someone saying, well, that's not right. Like, that shouldn't have happened, or it shouldn't play out like this, or I don't know, it's something to where something's not sitting well with someone. But again, it feels serious and significant in the way that someone feels like there's an injustice, is what I'm getting. And so with that, then I feel like there could be temptation for someone to be like, well, I'm going to take this into my own hands and I'll fix this. But what I get with this card, it's actually a feeling for you to just sit back and relax and let the universe take care of it for you. That's what I'm getting. I almost feel like for anybody getting all riled up within a situation and wanting to take matters into their own hands, if anything, I actually feel like you're wasting your energy. Because again, there's something linked and connected to this card that I actually feel, whatever you've got going on, again, that it's greater than you, or that there's something linked and connected to it that's very significant. That again, I feel when it's all said and done, the universe is going to be calling the shots and has the final say. So yeah, you can do this and you can do that, but when it's all said and done, it's still ultimately going to play out in the way that the universe aligns everything. So what I get with this card, it's a feeling of you going about things in a way that you deal with and handle whatever is within your control. But anything outside of that, just sit back and relax, because it's nothing that you need to be, there's nothing that you need to do, is what I'm getting linked into that card there. Okay, think of your next question. Okay, messages I'm getting with this card, it's a feeling of there being a lot of different energies, people, personalities, opinions, something like that. There's just a lot going on, is what it feels like. There also could be something going on linked into your question where there's a feeling of things being divided or people taking sides, something like that. That might not resonate with everybody, but or a feeling of someone deciding, how do I word what, like, under which category something falls. Like, there's a feeling here of, I don't know what I'm getting here, like being selective, but yet there's so much going on though, or something. There seems to be, again, like I said, a lot of different ideas, opinions, personalities, something like that's what I'm getting. Yes, I don't know. That's the message with that card there. Let's see what else we get. Think of your next question. Okay, so let's see here. Messages I'm getting with this card here, it's a very obsessive energy, okay? It's a feeling of someone, just having very intense thoughts and feelings about someone or something, and I feel like they feel very caught up in it. Again, it's just a feeling of just obsessing over someone or something. And for some people it's like you just feel kind of trapped and restricted within it. It's like you feel like you're just spinning in circles, kind of getting nowhere fast, but there's very intense energy kind of surrounding everything you've got going on, is what I'm getting. Okay, think of your next question. Okay, messages I'm getting with this card, it's a feeling of someone not settling. It's a feeling of someone putting in the time, the energy, the effort, being consistent and doing that, because again, it's like they know that when it's all said and done, they're going to have exactly what their heart desires. That's what I'm getting with this card. Another message I do get with this card, it is a feeling that, okay, I don't want to paint the picture that if you don't get to that end result and to have exactly what your heart desires, that you're going to be unhappy. That's not what I'm getting. It's actually a feeling that, okay, I don't know if I want to say it's a win-win kind of situation, but that's sort of what I'm getting. Because it's a feeling that, yes, of course, if you are patient and you're consistent and you put that time and energy in, again, to get exactly what your heart desires, then you're going to have exactly what you want, right? But even if you were to stop maybe part way, right? Maybe you end up, going about things in a way that, again, you don't get exactly what you want, but it's something that's maybe quite similar, and something that I still feel you would be happy with. But again, when it is all said and done, how I read the card, I can't help but feel to say, keep going, because I think it's not where, that you're going to be miserable and your life's going to suck if you don't have this, but I think it's going to be even better, if you do. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Think of your next question. Okay, messages I'm getting with this card. It's all about taking on more responsibility, is what I'm getting. I don't know. I feel like this is something that someone can handle. There may be something about it that is a bit confusing, or that maybe you don't really know what you're getting yourself into. Something like that's what I'm getting. But I don't know. It's just overall something that, again, I feel someone can handle. I think taking on this responsibility or taking on more responsibility, I do feel like it's setting you up for success. I don't feel this is something where you're going to be like, well, that was all for nothing. Like, it feels like it's helping move you in a direction that you would want to go in, is what I'm getting. So yeah, something to do with responsibility. Okay, think of your next question. Trying to keep it together here. The cards are going everywhere. Okay. Messages I'm getting with this card. Okay. I'm wondering if you're panicking about something. If there's something that you're worried about, or something that has you, I don't know, just feeling anxious, feeling a bit overwhelmed, or just, it's a feeling of someone freaking out about something. But what I get with this card, though, is that you don't need to. So it's a feeling that I think in the moment of something, again, they're not able to see their situation any differently than how they do in that very moment. And again, there's something about it that has them, again, freaking out a little bit. They're panicking a little bit, making a big deal about something. But when it's all said and done, you'll realize that you had nothing to worry about. You didn't have to be panicked and worried. That it's a feeling, when it's all said and done, you'll realize that how much you made a big deal about something that you didn't need to. Like, it's just, I don't know, that's what I'm getting. So yeah, a feeling of someone getting all worked up about something, and yeah, I don't know, something's going to come about to where you see that you have nothing to worry about. So that's what I'm getting with that card there. Okay, let's see what else we get. Think of your next question. Okay, messages I'm getting with this, it's a feeling of a connection. This could be to a particular thing or like a certain situation, but I have a feeling it's most likely linked and connected to another person. And this is representing a connection that is basically the type of connection we all want, right? Where you just get each other. You understand each other on a deeper level. You could spend forever doing nothing together and you'd have the time of your life. It's just a feeling of there's just a sincere, genuine, authentic, pure vibe or connection. And it's where you just understand each other on a level that other people don't get you. It's something like that's what I'm getting. And it is, the energy, it's so friendly and loving and pure. So I'm going to pull one more card. So think of your last question. Let's see what we get for messages. Okay. Messages I'm getting with this card, it's a feeling of someone being so hung up on someone or something. I feel like something happened that has someone stuck in this energy of having such strong, intense thoughts and feelings about someone or something, or to how things have played out. And I just feel like they feel so trapped and restricted within their circumstances because they feel so intensely about someone or something that they can't just let it go, is what I'm getting. It's another message I'm getting is something along the lines of someone being too close to a situation or too involved or invested within it on some level that they're not able to see things clearly. That's another message coming through as well. But yeah, just something to where, I don't know, I feel like someone's just, that they're obsessing over someone or something and just feeling so caught up within that situation. So those are the messages coming through. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And that's it. I'm going to go away now.